Good. Hello, lovely ladies and handsome gentlemen. Do you have places in your body that feel disturbingly stiff and rigid and maybe painful? And maybe you've told yourself the story about that. Oh, my neck hurts, my shoulders hurt, my feet they don't work like they used to. And you tell yourself, well, that's just age. There's nothing you can do about it. I have a much more hopeful interpretation of that. I think what you have is a movement pattern, an inefficient and uncomfortable movement pattern that you have repeated over years. It's locked in your body. You don't even remember that things could be different, but they can. You can learn to move better. You don't have to be the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz unless you choose to be. You know, I know that because it happened for me. I was 26 years old. I had just started dancing and I was in Chicago and it was a cold, cold winter and the snow was on the ground. And I went to my class, which was in a big old church whose furnace didn't work. And we did a very active class. And then the teacher said, let's sit down and cool off. And right behind me, he pushed up a very large window and all that air went right into my lower back. And that night I ended up in the emergency room, bent over like a pretzel and had to have a cortisone shot. But that helped for a little bit and the pattern returned over about 7 years. I tried a lot of things. In fact, when I was in graduate school in dance, one surgeon said, well, we'll fuse your lumbar vertebra, we'll put rods up your spine. And I thought, no, no, we're not doing that. So I kept looking. I had a year of severe sciatica. Some of you can probably relate to this story. You've probably been through some of this. I went to a woman and she was a movement therapist. She lied me down on her table. My knees were bent and she took 1 hour to teach me how to tilt my tailbone, probably about 1/4 of an inch toward the ceiling and relax it. And I practiced that for 2 or 3 months every day, 20 minutes a day. And gradually movement came back into those spasmed, painful areas. And I never had a back problem after that, 40 some years. So I learned the techniques. I began to teach them. I began to incorporate them into all the movement modalities I was teaching, which were a lot: ballet, modern dance, Tai Chi, the list goes on. I focused a lot on yoga and what's called awareness through movement. I call it body awareness class. And I've helped a lot of people over the last 35 years move better and enjoy movement and get out of pain. Bodies were meant to move fully. You have the capacity to reach. You have the capacity to round your back or to arch your back. You have the ability to bend to the side, Oh yeah, you're starting to see that guy back there? Yeah, he cannot change. He cannot, but you can because you have an active, intelligent nervous system that can retrain your body to move. It's also meant to twist. All these movements can be a pleasure rather than a pain. So what do you think? Does that sound like something you would be curious about? Learning to move better with gentle movement? If it is, get in touch with me. My website is body and A-N-D, soul, S-O-U-L, K-C, the letter K-C, because I'm in Kansas City, bodyandsoulkc.com, and get my free booklet on how to move well for a lifetime. Sound good? Love to connect with you. And I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. Thank you.